Hey guys, well, I hope you're all making it through all this coronavirus stuff. I tell you, in Nebraska here, we've been kind of lucky. We haven't been too bad. We never really did shut everything down. We've never had any stay-at-home orders. Man, I look and see what's going around in some of the states and what some of the people are dealing with, and I feel so very lucky we haven't had that here. So in my case, I guess for Bob and I, it's been social distancing. We haven't been fishing together. We've each had our own boat out. But for me, it's here at home or at the lake. I've kind of been back and forth between the two. I wish the fishing would get a little better, but I'm sure that'll come in time. All right, for painting today, we're going to do an S-crank style lure. We're going to put a wrap on it. And the thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little inventive underneath the wrap. So let's sit over the workbench, get started. All right, first thing we do, we start with our base coat, but this time around, instead of the opaque white, we're going to go with Createx Opaque Black. And that will be our base coat this time around. Just a nice, even coating. So our colors will show through later. And then of course this is our base that's going to show through after our wrap. Alright, it's all black. Now, we're going to do something a little different here than we've done in the past. So we're going to take the heat gun and we're going to dry this real well, and then we'll step on to the next step. Alright, we have all of our black in place for the undercoat. This would normally be where we'd now come back, let's see here, with our wrap. We'd put our wrap over the top, do our painting, and we'd have the black showing through. But this week we're going to do it a little bit different. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take some Createx Opaque White. And I'm just going to put a few drops of it here on that. I'm going to take paintbrush. And we're just going to make some white spots on this. You know what? Thinking about it, I got a better idea with that brush. Hang on. Reach across here. Let's take a Q-tip, huh? Go a little faster. And we're just going to put some white spots on this lure here or there. We want to leave some of the black, but we're just going to put some white and make sure we don't lump up the white on here, because you want to keep it smooth later when you put that top coat on. So you don't want any big lumps of paint here or there around. Gonna look like a Holstein cow, isn't it? Alright, there's some white on it. Now, I'm going to take the I'm going to take the heat gun and I want to dry this real good, because I got one more step we're going to make. Alright, we've dried the white, and you can see, and maybe you won't be able to very well, it doesn't cover real well over the block, but it's not intended to. We don't have to worry too much about that. We're going to take another step. We're going to take some Createx Opaque Red. Put a splash of that here on the plate. Take another Q-tip. And now over the top of the white, we're going to put some red. But leave some of the white. Don't cover up all that white. Alright? You want to leave the white, because that way you'll end up with black, white, and red. You'll end up with all three colors when it's all said and done. Another reason for the white is, I'll see if you can see it in the camera. Let's just put a spot. Let's go right over here. And while you can see, you'll see the red, but on top of that black, it's just not going to show up as well. Just like we always put a white color on before we put any of our upper colors to make the colors look right, it's the same thing here. Without the white, the red's really not going to show up that well. There we go, a little bit there, got one more to go. All right, let's do the bottom half of that. There we go, leave the top half alone. Here, I'm going to come all the way over. There we go. All right, now, got that little spot right there. Now, heat gun, dry it again really good, because now we're ready for the wrap. Okay, we've got everything dried off good, I think. One thing I might think about this for you guys, when you're painting someday and you think you might want to do this, go ahead, paint your lure black, do your other painting so while you got the gun going, come back, put on the red, the white, dry it a little, hang it up, and let it sit there for 2 or 3 days or till the next week or whatever. Then come back, put your wrap on and go ahead and paint. You might have a little less problems because this is going to be a little thicker, so it takes a little more to get it dry, so it won't come off when you put the wrap on. All right, for the wrap, we're going to use, this is the metallic, they call it ribbon. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, which I believe they're all closed right now with the coronavirus, so you can't get any. But that's what I'm using. Now in this case, this one's used. I've used it a few times, but I have doubled it over. I like to double it over. It gives me a little bit more of the color. So we're going to go ahead, put that right over the top. You know, we might be using some of those same colors here before we're done. Take that off quick. We're going to get a pinch on it here. There we go. And with this S-crank style, you really got to work to pull that tail down. Got it there. So that goes. Got it. There you go. I'm happy with that. All right. All right. We got a wrap on. Ready to roll. The next thing is Createx Opaque White. Because remember, if we want our later colors to look right, we need to have them white first so they'll show up. So let's paint the whole thing white. Make sure you really get up around the belly, because where those clips are, it's going to be a little bit tougher to get paint up in there. Got to put a little extra effort in the belly. And don't forget around that face, get really good around there. Alright, I think it's white enough that our other colors will show through. Let me clean this out and we'll move on to the main colors. So what I'm going to shoot for is kind of a fire tiger pattern, only usually that has some stripes on the side. We're just going to go ahead and let the wrap be our stripes. We won't put any stripes on it. But for the fire tiger, I need a yellow belly, so we're going to go Createx Transparent Bright Yellow. And we're just going to put that right along the belly. We can go up maybe halfway up the side, won't matter because we put the top part on. It's going to blend in. And make sure you get it really good up in that belly because again, you got that clip, all that wrap down in there. Alright, we're going to call that good. Let me clean this up a second. And we're going to move on for a little dab of orange, huh? Alright. We're going to take a little Createx Transparent Orange. We'll see about putting a dab of that right up here in the front. We'll go back about to the hook set. Just a little shot. Don't get too carried away with that one. That's it. That's all I want on that. All right, now let me clean out again and then we'll move on. All right, now for the back. And for that I've decided Createx Pearlized Pearl Green. I'm going to go with a pearlized color here. I've used this now in a couple lures lately and I really kind of like it. It's a nice bright green. Really stands out. And I thought that would work really well here. Make sure you get underneath that wrap up by those eyes and that face. Just good strong across the top and just let it taper down into that yellow on the side. And that's it. We're going to call that good. All right. Let me clean up a little bit. We're going to hit the heat gun here. Dry this really well. Then we'll take the wrap off. All right. Here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see what we got here, huh? And there we go. Got a black. You can see a red. Sometimes you can see a little bit of the white. Tell you what, this will really show up a lot better once we get a top coat on it. That really tends to make those reds stand out even better. Set of eyes and a top coat. I'll show you what we got. Well, there we go, guys. There is my Fire Tiger using multiple colors underneath the wrap. I really like the effect you get with 2 or 3 different colors underneath the wrap, and the possibilities are endless. There's all kinds of variations of colors you can use besides the black and the red and the white like I did there. So your imagination is the only thing that slows you down a little. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.